What's going on, people? Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell for me. So, we have this weekend Tyson Fury versus Arslanbek Makhmudov in a heavyweight contest taking place in the United Kingdom this coming weekend. I think it's a good fight. Just on surface, I think it's a decent opponent, given that Tyson Fury's been out of the ring now, about 18 months at this point, and has not been active. He hasn't faced any real competition since his second consecutive loss to Alexander Usyk. So I think it's a good opponent. Makhmudov is dangerous, right? He can punch. He's aggressive. He's a big guy. He's a strong guy. But we know he has his frailties. We know he has his weaknesses, particularly to the body. We saw that when Ajit Kabayel stopped him with a fusillade of body shots, and what at the time was considered to be a major upset. We found out that Ajit Kabayel is one of the best heavyweights in the world, and he was just a diamond in the rough. And credit to Kabayel, he was able to take advantage of that opportunity and make a name for himself. And now, he's a top contender in the division who, to be frank, is being avoided by Alexander Usyk. People say it's the vulnerability that Usyk has to the body that makes him wary of wanting to fight Ajit Kabayel. But I think it could just be the youth, the activity. He's not as young as young Moses Atalma, but he is, pretty active and has a high work rate, especially for the modern heavyweight division. But I think that, getting back to the main point, though Makhmudov was stopped by Kabayel, and his subsequent fight also stopped by Guido Vianello, I do think that Makhmudov is a game opponent. He didn't take a knee. He didn't look for a way out. He was stopped by both opponents. He showed that there's some toughness there, and he can punch. Regardless of how people may perceive his boxing ability, his boxing IQ, which I see is limited, he does have some power and he does have some strength. And if Tyson Fury's fight against Ngannou told us anything, is that when Tyson Fury can't lean on an opponent and use his size to wear an opponent out, at this age, it's a lot more difficult for him to take control of the fight. Prime Tyson Fury had the ability to control a fight with his jab. And to me, that's Tyson Fury's best punch, is his best attribute. You could say his jab or his uppercut. Tyson Fury does have a great uppercut. He hurt Usyk, particularly in the first fight with that uppercut. One of his best knockouts against Dillian Whyte came with the rear uppercut. So he does have a good uppercut. But to me, I think his jab is his best punch because he's able to vary it up. It's a very intelligent jab, along with his feints and his awkward head movement. He's able to time guys very well and control the fight with his jab. But that also had to do with the fact that he has pretty fast feet, agile feet, or had agile feet. I'm not sure if he still has that anymore. If he's able to use his feet, able to replicate the head movement that we've seen in previous fights, I could see Tyson Fury just controlling the fight with his jab and winning on points. However, if he's not in the physical condition to maintain a work rate and really use his feet, because for a man of his size, or really any size, it's more physically taxing to move backwards and box off the back foot. It takes a lot of energy. If he's not able to sustain that energy level, he could be in trouble, because he won't be able to use roughhouse tactics against someone as big and as strong as Makhmudov. Makhmudov is a big guy, he's a strong guy, and he's experienced now. You know, yes, he's suffered some stoppage losses, but I'm of the belief that there at least have to be a few guys in the boxing game who have a growth mindset. Boxing's a tough sport. Anyone who's ever boxed before knows that you're gonna take your share of ass whoopings, you know. So the only way you can get better is to fight guys who are better than you. And there are some guys who can grow from losses. And Makhmudov is still in the game. He's still trying and he's still facing tough competition. Is Dave Allen the best? No. But Dave Allen has proven durable. And if you are suspect and you're not game and you're not ready to take it to the next level, Dave Allen is someone who can find you out. Look what he did to Johnny Fisher. So I think that Makhmudov is a decent level opponent. I would rate it about a C plus, B minus level opponent. And it's stiff competition for Tyson Fury coming off such a long layoff. So it'll be interesting to see. I'll definitely tune into the fight. You have Conor Benn on the undercard against Regis Prograis. I'm not that excited about that fight. I'm not that excited about Conor Benn. I don't know where he's going. And I don't know where he can compete, which weight class he can compete in. Because 154 is stacked, you know. There's Boots, there's Virgil, there's Xander Zayas, there's Murtaza Aliyev, there's Tim Tszyu, there's maybe an ancient geriatric Errol Spence. And of course, there's Sebastian Fundora, who, in my opinion, I think he's going to beat everybody. I think he's just too big, he's too tall, and he's learning how to box like a dude who's 6'6" instead of being an idiot and trying to fight on the inside like he's a little man. So maybe that intelligence is kicking in. And I believe Fundora was accepted into Harvard. You know, shout out to him, but. You know, I don't know where Conor Benn fits into that equation at 154 and 147. There's more of a possibility, but there's Devin Haney, there's Ryan Garcia, who's probably the weakest champion at 147. There's Lewis Crocker, and you know, there's a bunch of contenders. Shakur could even come up and fight at 147. So. I don't know. I can't rate him above anyone outside of Ryan Garcia at 147 or 154. Maybe Tim Tszyu, maybe. So we'll see. You know, he's fighting Regis Prograis, who's washed. He's old. He's looking to cash out. There are rumors that he's suffering from a pretty tough injury, and it might inhibit his performance. Who knows? No one knows the truth. But what we do know for sure is that Regis Prograis is washed up and he's seen better days. Devin Haney dropped him. So that should speak to the level of his punch resistance. He went life and death with Josh Taylor, who is proven to be an average champion, not an all-time pound-for-pound great like people were kind of talking about him, you know, 4 or 5 years ago. Who else did he lose to? He lost to Jack Catterall. That's not a good loss. Jack Catterall is soporific. He is the cure for insomnia. He's someone who's just looking to win the rounds, and somehow, you know, Regis wasn't able to put a dent in that guy. So I'm not sold on this. I think it's just a tune-up fight, you know. And the side note is how much How much publicity does this generate for Zuffa? I don't get what Zuffa's angle. They have Conor Benn, but he's fighting on Netflix. And then they have Jayo Pataya, who is not known to anyone outside of crazy hardcore boxing fans like you and I. So I'm not understanding the angle. And to me, right now, Frank Warren is dominating boxing. He has all the best heavyweights outside of AJ and Usyk, who both are getting older and will be out of the picture soon. And he has the #1 prospect in Moses Atauma, who is clearly the heir apparent to the heavyweight throne. So, just on a side note, I'm not really sure what Zuffa's angle is, and at the moment, it appears that they have underestimated the boxing establishment out of a bit of hubris. So we'll see how that all turns out. But let me know what you guys think about my opinions in the comment section below. And again, remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Peace.